Panther Nation, what's good? Welcome back to Two Fans in the Stands. I am your favorite armchair GM, CJ.
And I am your favorite couch scout extraordinaire, Tony. Come on one time. Y'all see it? Y'all know what it is, and I brought it back. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. All
Yes,
right. All right.
sir.
Look,
What's
I'm gonna
going
add
on,
on to that.
cousin?
I'm just gonna do this right here. Gonna do this right here because
Oh,
we T minus 4 days away.
yes, sir.
Well,
Yes,
I'm sorry, a
sir.
little over 4 days away. My bad. My bad. But cuz man, it's almost here, dog. It's almost here. All the talking, all the lives. I almost said lies. My bad. Damn. All the lives that we have done. All the lives that we've done since the end of last season, all the drama, all the expectations, all the uncertainty, is going. We're gonna find out something on Sunday, whether it be good, whether it be bad, but we're going to be here for y'all, everybody here at Two Fans in the Stands to bring it to you. All right, yeah,
No
man.
doubt. No doubt.
Hey, it's here, dog. It's here. I'm
How you
so
how
excited.
you feeling? How you
I'm
feeling?
so excited. I'm geeked all the way up, man. I'm geeked all the way up right now. I swear I am. I am ready. Sunday can't get here quick enough. Let me tell you, I
Yeah.
am ready. I'm ready for some football. Now, mind you, college football is has helped a little bit. Okay. But I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
ready
it
to see the
has.
Panthers. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No
And
doubt.
how about you, cuz?
No doubt. Hey, I'm excited. I'm trying not to let my excitement overcome my optimism because I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to get to the point like I was last year, like drinking too much of the Kool-Aid. Now I
Speak
done had
on
a
it.
little sip here. I done had a little sip here and there, but I ain't on my third refill like I was last year. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I'm still
Wow.
on that
Not
first cup. Yeah, I'm still on that first cup, dog. I'm sipping real slow. I'm sipping real
wow.
slow, but yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for it to kick off. I'm ready for the Panthers to showcase what they've been working on all offseason and training camp, OTAs and things like that. I want to see is there truly going to be a difference from an offensive standpoint? And like I kind of already know what the defense is going to do. You know what I mean? The defense uh is the defense. But I think everybody focus is on what this offense going to do. What is Bryce Young going to look like in year two? Is the offensive line going to be stable and productive enough for it to give him time to do the things that he wanted to do as a quarterback and open lanes for the running backs this year for the running game. So I'm definitely excited to see what Dave Canales and Brad Izzy has cooked up for the Carolina Panthers in 2024.
Hey, Tony, you sipping like they chopped and screwed like 3-6 Mafia. Sipping on some
It's,
scissor.
All right,
this
let me stop.
this dude, this this dude right here.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I've been waiting
Oh
to try that out for the longest time. On live. I've tried it out, behind the scenes, but I've been waiting for the right moment, and I think that was it. So, but
yeah,
moving on. All right. So, again, everybody, thank you for joining us. Welcome. Okay. As usual, you can find us at all social media at Two Fans in the Stands. And over on Twix, that's a mixture of Twitter and X, as we like to dub it. You can find us right here at Two Fans ITS. All right, so let's get into some comments. Our good friend Mr. Hunky Dory, $2 says they are late. Mwahahaha. Hey, we
what's up,
we
Mr.
weren't we
Hunky
weren't
Dory?
late. We weren't late. We were I think I hit the live button and it at 8:01. So I guess technically we were late, but whatever. All right.
He be
our,
on
our
it.
our good friend C. Douglas, my little brother. Said, let's get it. Game week. I'm coming with some energy tonight. Keep pounding in the chat. Gotcha. Yes, 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 yes. Let me see. Time seems to get slower as we get closer to Sunday. I'm ready to throw down, as am I. Let me
I
see.
feel
SC
you.
Pace 4. What's up, guys? Hope y'all are doing well. Just got done with all my college work for the day. Time to catch you guys. Hey, appreciate you. Appreciate
What's
you.
going on,
Appreciate you.
SC?
Marco's Cash with the pounding. There you go. Keep pounding, y'all. Black Balling Empire. What's good? What's up, fellas? How you doing?
Black BBE.
Marco said, "What's up, fellas?" CJ and Tony, how you doing, Marco? Here we go. The car said, "I'm ready. Can't wait. I think we're gonna be surprised." Hold on, wait a minute, Tony. Look at this. Look at this one. He said,
That's
"I
all.
already drunk the
Yeah.
whole picture." the car
Yeah,
that drunk a whole gallon of Kool-Aid.
I in the car.
Hey, I ain't
Hey,
mad at you, dog.
hey, me neither. Because I was just getting ready to say, you know what? This is the time of the year where you excited. You ready for football. Listen, I've been watching reruns of college games all week long. I ain't watched no Get Up. I ain't watched no First Take. I all I've been wanting to do is watch football, dog.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching football. I've been watching some highlights, educating myself on things like always. And like, hey, football is here, dog. Football is
Yes, sir.
here. My sleep pattern has been broke all week since Thursday. So it is what it is. It's that time of the year. And hey,
I feel you.
this is what you're gonna get from me.
I feel you. All right.
Yes, sir.
Clay from the Rockstar Report. Good evening, fellas. What up? What up? How you doing, Clay? Shout out to you,
What's going
brother.
on, Clay?
Let me see. Dig it, Bryce. Are you super excited? Is it all surreal? Bryce? Oh, okay. So let me see. It's some emojis in the chat that I can't bring. Oh no, that's what he got up in there. Okay. All right. What's up, Dig it? Miss Hunky Door, I'm so eager for Sunday. I've been working extra hours to clear my slate, clean my couch and TV screen. Got my munchies pre-ordered. Ah, damn. Go ahead, Miss Hunky Door.
I know, Mr. Hunger Dog. Good Lord. Hey,
Hey,
we
Revolutionary
need to come
Post.
on to your house one weekend. What's that?
Oh, for real. Yeah, it said CJ with the special effect. That's my boy Maul. Yeah, man. Like I said, I've been dying to try
Yes,
that one,
sir.
dog. Dying.
Yes, sir.
Nader, what's going on? We run the ball and we win. Hey, we gonna get into that later on too.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that because yeah, I get what you're saying right there, Nader. But yeah,
Yeah.
we did that last year and didn't work out
Yeah.
too good.
We gonna get into
We'll
it. We gonna
get
get
into
into it. Miss Hunky Dory said, "Oh hell, the voice change sounds like a Jedi to me."
it.
What?
You know what? And everything ain't meant to be seen put up on the screen. Everything ain't meant
Look,
to be put on the screen.
I had the mouse over the other word, so and I didn't read it until I got it up on the screen. So, but I good buddy dig it. Nella, how you doing, sweetheart? She's on the other side of the wall
What's up,
here.
cousin?
Kendall, what's going on, good buddy? How you doing?
Kendall the GOAT. What's happening,
I'm
Kendall?
sorry, Kendall the GOAT. My bad. He said, "I'm type 1 diabetic too, so it's a chance it kills me." Oh no.
Don't
let's not
don't
let's
say
let's not do that. Let's not do
let's
that.
not
Let's
do
not do
that.
that.
Oh God.
Revolutionary poetry. I'm cautiously optimistic. Check back with me
There
week
you
5
go.
though. That's
Hey,
yeah.
I feel you. I feel you
Yeah.
right there. That right
Yeah.
there. Yes. That yes.
Yep.
Cautiously optimistic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
MDJ365 just pulling up. Have y'all told them the Panthers are beating the Saints week 1 yet? Oh, we gonna get into it in a minute here. We gonna get into it in a
Yes,
minute.
sir.
All right. Nader, hope Pittsburgh beat Atlanta ass. Yes, I do too. Yes, I do too. I hope they
Yeah.
do. Yep. All right, cuz. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. And we're going to first let me go ahead and add our good buddy here. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. You get Doug on the stage.
A little big brother.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, my baby brother here.
All right, Tony, don't fall out, man. I told you I'm coming with the energy tonight. Don't come fall out.
Oh, Willie is here. Willie is here.
Willie Wade Cap has made an
Let's
appearance,
go.
ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go.
That's what I'm
Yo,
talking about.
that's what's up.
Hey, you done been in the lab, boy. You done upgraded and tightened it up. You done switched it up. Hey, I feel you.
Well, I
feel
know.
you.
Hey, I know
feel you, Willie.
I know the veins in your head going. Doo, 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 doo.
Hey, Temple thumping like a mug.
Let's get it, man.
Hey, but hey, shout
That's
out
what I'm
to you,
talking
Doug. Hey,
about.
that joke is clean, man. It's Chris. Hey, shout out to
Yeah,
you, my boy. Hey, but real quick
yeah.
before we get into the slides, Doug, what's your what you feeling, man? We about
Saturday,
4 days away from the season.
Saturday, I will be hitting the road at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody talk about the wave check. The wave's gonna be on point Friday. Got to get the chop. Gonna be down there swimming. I'm gonna be swimming
That
in Nova,
car say
man.
he
But I
about to
can't
swim
wait.
a 1,500 minutes freestyle.
I can't wait, man. I cannot wait. Um, it's more of like Tony said. I'm ready to see this offense actually in live action. I was able to see it in practice. We saw a glimpse of
Yeah,
it a little bit in during preseason. Section 105 is where I'm at. That's all I got to say. Section
I feel
105,
you.
row 5. That's where I'm at. Trust me. If
All
I'm able to
right.
yell at Bryce, y'all gonna see it on
Mm.
camera. That's all I'm gonna say.
I hear
That's
you,
all I'm gonna
Doug.
say.
okay.
Thus, I'm be in the
Alright.
building. All right, bet.
That's what's
Okay.
up, man.
Well, let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Let's get into a slides here. And first bit of news, and thank you for my good my buddy, my little brother Doug for
I knew it was gonna
hipping me
happen.
to
I
this.
knew it.
Yeah, hipping me to this right before we went live, probably about an hour or so before we went live. Let me see, Jared Feinberg and Field Yates reported that the Panthers restructured the contracts of Taylor Moton and Shy Tuttle. And
Mm-hmm.
let me go ahead first off and apologize to Panther Nation because a few lives ago I was emphatic in saying that if it wasn't happening by now, if it didn't happen by now, it wasn't going to happen regarding Taylor Moton's contract. I was dead wrong,
Yeah.
apparently. And I don't know the exact numbers because the last time I looked on Spot Track, no, sorry, over the cap, it wasn't updated. But I think this clears, let's say, about $10.7 million in cap space.
Yeah.
And
That's a
so
fact.
somebody made a comment on Jared's page and was like, Dan Moore is probably cooking the trade, but he made a good point. He said the Panthers may have made this move just to get in the green as far as the cap, because earlier today we were negative $4.8 million, I think it was, under the cap. So I mean over the
Mm-hmm.
cap, yeah, over the cap. But what y'all think about this move, fellas?
I think so as far as the cap, you have to be cap compliant by a certain date. And I think that date was like 2 weeks ago. Cause I know just like with the roster cut downs, you had to be a 53-man roster by 4 p.m. That Tuesday. Cap compliance, you can go into the year in the red. Okay. It just by a certain date, you have to be cap compliant by a certain date. And then it's like saying, okay, you have to have $100 in your pocket by 5 o'clock this afternoon or five o'clock in the morning. Okay, but after 5 o'clock in the morning, you can spend some of that $100. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
you can get down to $16 or whatever the case may be, as long as you add $100 by 5 a.m. So I think with this move, in my personal opinion, I think we're getting ready to go after another edge. I think we're clearing that cap space to potentially bring in a edge that you're going to have to pay anywhere from $6 to $10 million a year. You may get somebody in on a $6 or $7 million 1 year contract, but there's definitely some guys out there that can help us. And I think the first name on the list that a lot of people has been talking about, been screaming about, is Yannick Ngakwe. So we'll see. These restructures aren't happening at this time for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because if they were going to do it, they could have been done it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Early on in the off season. So for the fact that it's happening right now, leads me to believe that they're going to make another move. Because I don't believe that Dan Morgan and those guys are happy with the edge room as it currently sits.
Mm. Yeah, we're gonna get in that to the next slide too. But
Yeah.
Mr. Hunky Dory said, I thought we signed the edge today. We're getting someone better. I want to say they
Who did
signed
we sign today?
oh my god, it's my a tight end. I forgot my man's name. You muted, Doug.
Oh, the tight end from Green
What's the
Bay.
man's name?
Tight end from Green Bay
Yeah.
Packers.
I forgot,
Yeah.
but bruh is like 6'7",
6'7".
you know,
Yeah.
60
60
something pounds,
pounds.
70.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey, undrafted free agent out of Arizona State, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
so now we'll get into why they signed him also here in a minute as well. But I want to go back to Bobby Digital's comment. He said, "Okay, someone please explain how the Panthers cap was over 7 million last week to minus 4 million." Well, if I'm not mistaken, they brought in a few players, so they still had to sign
Yeah.
those players to contract. So that's why the cap was down in the negative. And like I said earlier, I thought that there was no way in hell that Taylor Moton was going to restructure his contract, because I figured that would have been one of the things that they did earlier in the offseason, because there were like, I think like 6 or 7 players who were eligible for a contract restructure. And
Right.
this will be the second time that Taylor Moton has restructured his contract, because he restructured it at the beginning, well, in the
2 years
offseason
ago.
prior to last season. Yeah. Last
Yeah.
year. Yeah, before the
Last
start
year.
of the season
Okay.
last year. Yep.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let
But
me
can I
see.
say this real quick?
Go
Carolina
ahead.
can strike out twice. Tony already told you the guy that we're probably possibly trying to go after. Scott Fitter struck out last year with him. If I'm not mistaken,
Mm.
he went to the Bears. Is that correct? Because I think,
Uh,
Yannick,
yeah, Yanni went to the Bears, did he not?
I,
I don't know.
I don't remember. I
He,
want to say you're right, but I can't remember.
he signed somewhere, but I mean, you
Yeah.
need more edge help. And whenever I saw
Mm-hmm.
the news and I sent it to CJ before they went live, I said, either this is to get us below the cap, or this is going to, give us enough room to get one of those veteran guys if our DNs don't look to par week one. I'm okay with the room right now because
Mm.
I'm not going to get too much into the preview that we're going to talk about, but the Saints tackles aren't good at all. So we should be able to at least get some type of production on the opposite end. But I do think that money is there for cap results, and also to bring in another veteran if we do need it.
Facts. Okay.
Didn't we
Gotcha.
create some more space too by restructuring John Radigan's contract, the linebacker from that we signed last week from Seattle. They just restructured his contract like a day or two ago.
So it was to get
Oh,
underneath
okay.
the cap, but it also saved when you had TMJ and ISM cut. Those actually saved as well towards the cap
Hmm.
space as well too. So, and then letting go of Kavion Chase
Hey,
in them
Lamont,
yesterday.
yeah,
That
Mm-hmm.
helped with the cap number.
Okay.
right,
All right. Well,
okay,
speaking of that, okay, our next slide here. Caleb Von Chason was released yesterday.
yes.
I give Tony, go ahead. I'll give my thoughts after you. What you think about this one?
It leads me to believe that once he got into a system that he played at LSU in his 3-4 system, that he wasn't able to beat out the other defensive ends in that room to play opposite of Jadeveon Clowney. And to me, for you to be a former first round pick, um, coming out from a school like LSU, I know they had a loaded defense, those couple of years that he was there. But if you couldn't have beat out DJ Johnson and Iku Leota and those guys to play opposite Jadeveon Clowney, to me that speaks volumes about your talent level. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so if you can create cap space by cutting someone that wasn't going to be productive or probably wasn't even going to start, why not save that money? Because you can use that
Mm-hmm.
money elsewhere to do other things, and that looks to me what Dan Morgan, those guys have done.
Yeah. Because they
Yeah,
saved two
we
two
don't
million
want to see
dollars.
you chewing.
You all right, Doug? Don't
what,
pay him
what
no mind.
what
Don't
what?
pay him no attention.
Come on, man. All right,
Doug, you good? Eat your food,
y'all
bro.
always
You
want to
straight.
make me out to be the bad
Hey,
guy.
Look,
hey, you my little brother. Don't worry about him. You my little brother, dog.
look, Tony, I've been cutting my camera off when I'm actually biting in it because I'm trying to be respectful. That's why I got it on mute when I'm chewing because you can't hear.
You good, man. You
But let me
good.
make this point.
Go ahead, man.
With the sheriff
Yeah.
coming in town, with the new sheriff being in town, could have been Chason had to get out. And the sheriff showed more than what Chason was able to show during the whole entire offseason. Because you think about it, we brought him in, not even a full week. And we cut
Who's
Chason,
talking about?
sheriff. The rookie DN.
Yeah, Jamie Sheriff.
Yeah,
Jamie
that's how I
Sheriff,
said new
yeah.
sheriff because his last name is Sheriff. So I'm saying that did we bring a new sheriff in town? I seen that, boy. I was trying to ignore that one from laughing. I tried my best. But
Wow.
I really think right now, what you have in Barno and you have Wanham that can come back here in 4 weeks. Can you just put a band-aid on that opposite end for at least 5 weeks? I think you can, but I will really say this. DJ Johnson can really make Scott Fitterer look like a genius or look like a complete dumbass for what he did last year. One thing that they did say is he was a former tight end. He needed tools just like a Trevin Wallace. Trevin Wallace was a jewel, and I hope CJ got what I say. You know how you recruit on NCAA, and then you see a jewel. He was a jewel that just needed to be polished. And they said once they got their hands on him, talking about Trevin Wallace, we'll see what he will be able to do. The same thing was said last year about DJ Johnson. They said Evero wanted him. That was an Evero guy. Evero was still here. And who's penciled in right now at that starting outside linebacker position? DJ Johnson. So,
well,
it could either help him with the assessment of that or it hurt him. But like I said, I'm not gonna go too much into it because I know once I start talking about the trenches, the real trench guide over there with Tony gonna go more depth than me. But I'm not mad at the release of it. He wasn't starting. It really didn't hurt us a lot with the cap money. I really feel like it was trying to get him back to his regular position, but he couldn't do nothing with it. So
okay. Now, Doug, you said DJ Johnson is penciled in as a starter. Dave Canales in his presser earlier said basically that it's Jadeveon Clowney and the rest of them jokers. Okay,
that's why I said pencil. I didn't say pen. I said pencil.
Yeah.
Pencil,
he said that they are looking for somebody to step up and be a playmaker on the other side. So it's not, DJ Johnson's job as of right now. Basically, I think they're going to rotate players in and out at that other outside linebacker spot, and see who makes a move, who makes something shake. But my thing with Chason is, okay, so what in God's name happened between last Tuesday at 4:00 and yesterday?
The sheriff.
The
sheriff came into town.
Hold on. Or was it? I'm sorry. Was it the week before? It's been 2 weeks since the Was it last week when they got the 53-man roster? Or was it the week before?
It's been a week.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, what in the hell happened between last Tuesday and now? See, my thing is this: if he wasn't wowing them in the past week, I don't see why he would have been wowing them before, and all of a sudden he just dropped off. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what I want to know. I want to know what in the world happened in the last week, because he made the 53-man roster. But then again, like Doug said, they did bring in some more people, and Canales did mention that there was some younger talent that they did want to take a look at. So, but yeah, this is another one I was interested to see what he was going to do in this 3-4 scheme, and now he's out. So go ahead, Tony.
No, I was gonna say I just think in my opinion, it just really boils down to they didn't get the production from him, didn't feel like he was gonna be a valuable piece, and at the same time, they was over the cap at that time. So if they could free up a couple $1,000,000 for a player that they figured wasn't gonna be that productive for them, or be in the starting rotation at least, hey, get your money back.
Great point.
It's like a return.
True.
Great point.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. But like I said in another live, the Seahawks fans were not happy that they released Jamie Sheriff. Okay. And
Yeah.
just like
Yeah, I saw
49ers
that.
fans, I saw a whole YouTube video on it. 49ers fans were not happy that they released Jared Kingston. Okay. And
Right.
then in the first depth chart that they released today, okay, so Jamie Sheriff is the backup to Jadeveon Clowney. Jared Kingston is the backup left guard, if I'm not mistaken. And I thought he came in as a as a left tackle. But they have
Jared Kingston.
yeah, we came from the 49ers.
Mm.
So they have him as a backup guard. They have Christensen as the backup center, and then Andrew Ram behind him. And then they have Chandler Zavala at the other guard spot, and then Yash Nyman or Nijman, however you say it. He is the I guess he's the swing tackle. So they got him as the backup for both Icky and Taylor Moton.
What
But
about that guard that they got from the Commanders? Bobby something. Isn't
oh
he signed to the 53-man roster as well? Or is he
I'd have to
practice
look at.
squad?
No,
I think he's practice squad.
everybody that we got from Seattle is at the 53-man roster.
Yeah, but I'm talking about no, this guy came from the Commanders. This
Ma-
offensive lineman
Mason
came from the
Mason
Somebody
Commanders.
Brooks.
safety? You mean the corner?
No, not Mason.
No,
Not
no,
Mason Brooks. His name is Bobby something. He number 73.
Yeah, I can-
Bobby. Hold on a
I ain't
second.
heard that one, Tony.
Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a hot second. Because I know there was a dude named Brooks that came from the
What
No,
position
not
he
not
play,
Mason
Tony?
Brooks. Offensive line.
Okay. Guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
let me see. They got
'Cause
Jared
we got Mason Brooks
Kingston.
like we got Mason Brooks like weeks ago. But this guy
Yeah.
was just
Nah.
this
No,
guy was just
he's not. He's
picked up.
not on the 53-man roster.
Nah, he is.
He got to be practice squad because I don't see him on the Panthers website underneath roster.
Yeah, nah, he's
Okay.
not even on the
Okay.
he's not even on the practice squad on here either.
No, I don't see him.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I'll find his name real quick.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, man, but yeah, so I mean,
There's a name right there. It's in the chat. Mason Brooks' practice squad.
okay, gotcha.
No.
Appreciate that, Austin.
Mason Brooks is a white guy. This guy here I'm talking about is a black guy.
Oh well, yeah, well get his name because that's the only other dude I remember from Washington coming in besides the cornerback. And I know you're not talking about the cornerback.
No.
But yeah. But Caleb Von Chase on y'all, one thing I think this says to everybody on that roster and to us as Panther fans is Dan and Dave are not afraid to say, you know what, we do not like the way this is going. This is not working. We're going to bid you farewell and send you on your way. You know what I mean?
You know what I think it is? It's complacency. That's one thing our organization has had for the longest. Oh, we'll just wait till the offseason. Oh, we'll just wait till, trade deadline, or we'll wait to the draft. No. If you're not doing what you need to do, and with us having that number one waiver wire pickup right now, I think they're going to take advantage of it as much as possible and try to get somebody off. And then if there's somebody out there that they think they can come in and do better than what you did, cut the fat.
This is true. All right. Well, Caleb Von Chase was released yesterday, y'all. So, we bid him farewell, bid him good luck, and we got to move on.
Hey, real quick, 10 seconds.
Ahead.
How you feel about ISM not still being signed?
I don't feel no kind of way.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is, yeah.
Yeah. I was kind of wondering, where that, explosive threat may come from as far as the wide receiver core. But hey, Dave got a plan, so we're gonna find out Sunday.
Listen, it's clear that he wasn't as productive as a lot of Panther fans would have liked to see from him from the wide receiver position. We have to remember that these guys practice. These coaches see these guys in practice every day. They know who they can trust and who not to trust. You know what I'm saying? They know who can run crisp routes. They know who needs more work running routes. They know who got good hands. They know who needs to go work on the jugs machine. You know what I mean? So I just don't think that what we was hoping that we get from ISM when we got him from Kansas City has materialized in Carolina. Because I just remember a couple times last year when he did get in the game and he messed up. As soon as he messed up, they pulled him, and you saw him and Sean Jefferson on the sidelines talking, and that just led me to believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like any good coach will tell you, if I can't trust what I see in practice, I can't trust that you're going to do it in the game. Full stop.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Facts.
and, and as far as the kick return duties and the punt return duties, my man Radio Raheem got it on lock.
That's Doug Boy right there.
He
He
got
will
it on
not
lock.
make the 53-man roster.
I try to tell Doug.
Look, I
Try to
think I'll
tell him.
say this. I can put a smile on my face because my boy's still there. Mike Boone is still there. And Dave Canales said that Mike Boone can do kickoff and punt return. So they have a plan
Okay.
for him if he needs to play. So I digress and smile with that one.
Okay. Hey, Fred, now
Yeah.
I've got a question. Said, well, I got a quick question. Since we're rebuilding, wouldn't it make sense to let Dan and Dave shape this team for the next 3 years, regardless of our record? Well, I agree with part of that. Okay, we're rebuilding. Okay, let them shape the
hmm
team, but I don't want us to have the same trashy record for 3 years straight. I hope in the process of them rebuilding, we improve and get better as that rebuild, ramps up.
Yes, I agree
Yeah,
with
so
that.
I don't agree with the regardless of record part. I want to see steady improvement as they're working to shape this team, how they want it. So, but yeah, I agree with the first part, but not the record part. What about you,
Yeah,
Tony?
that's the whole thing about about a rebuild. You don't want to stay stagnant and look the same for the
Mm-hmm.
next 3 years. You want to see incremental growth. If you get anything above what you expected, then that's all gravy. That's even better. But
Yeah.
yeah, just keep it. I guess you could say remain humble. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Don't get too far ahead of yourself, and let's
Yeah.
just build this thing as they deem it to be the right way.
Facts. All right. Cool. All right. Well, let's go on here. All right. Injury report came out today. So we have Ian Thomas, Tommy Trimble, Miles Sanders, and Yash
One
Nijman.
one correction. Brandon Walton, that's what I was talking about. Offensive
Okay.
tackle.
Brandon
Brandon
Walton. Okay.
Walton. Yeah.
Okay.
He's to the practice squad. Go
All
ahead.
right. So this is why we signed the tight end from the Packers practice squad. His first name is Messiah. I can't think of his last name, but he's the one that's 6'7",
Messiah
260.
Swinson.
Messiah Swinson. There you go. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
But Ian Thomas and Tommy Trimble did not practice today.
Correct.
Okay, Miles Sanders and Yash Nyman were limited participants, and I think Dave said in the presser that
Oh, you snuck this slide in on me. The ambulance in the back.
I figured you might like that
Oh my God. Almost made me spit my water out. I was like, what? What? Good. My bad. Go ahead.
You good, man. You good. But I think if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard Dave Canales said that Sanders would be okay, but
Yes.
he still ended up on
Yeah.
the report.
Yes.
Yash Nyman, I'm guessing this is still, what he has
He's
been
still
working his way back from this whole
yes.
offseason ever since he was signed.
Correct.
But
Yes.
but the only questions I got on this list for y'all is what are we gonna look like if Ian and Tommy can't play on Sunday? Go ahead, Doug. I see you raise your hand.
Tony, let's go ahead and have a quick prayer meeting for our brother Ian Thomas. He is on the sick and shut in list, and I need you to lead us out in prayer, okay?
You
Uh-oh,
don't
you,
want me to
you
do that,
you asked the
Doug.
wrong one.
You you
You
you
asked the wrong one, Doug.
All right. All right. So
you
for me,
you don't want me to do that.
your question for me is simple. Number 85 that's transferred to number 0.
Mm-hmm.
You're going JT Sanders and
Mm-hmm.
a player that I think is becoming a fan favorite in Jordan Matthews now.
Yes, sir.
Jordan Matthews has taken over as much hate that we have for Ian Thomas just to play, not the player. Everybody's starting to love Jordan Matthews. And you look at
Mm.
Jordan Matthews
Yeah.
called Bryce Young's lone touchdown during the preseason. Even though if it was a blown coverage, he was wide open, whatever,
Mm.
whatever, however you feel about that play, from his
Yeah.
pressers, from what the media is saying, and what from certain fans are saying, they love the production that Jordan Matthews has shown. Um, if you really ask me, am I worried about it? No, because I think Jordan Matthews has better hands than Ian Thomas. And I do think JT Sanders has just or about the same hands as Tommy Tremble.
Man,
So
I got better hands than Ian Thomas.
see, look, I already knew you were gonna look. I'm poking fun
Well,
at that because
What's
why
up, Rock
that's your
Jones?
guy.
why you gonna bring that into the equation? Ian Thomas ain't got no hands, man.
So, like I said, CJ asked, "Is it an issue?" Yes, because we could cut him or put him on the IR, and I don't know. And I think he even said, I think the interview did a locker room interview, and he was like, "Oh, I'm real close. I should be able to play week 2." Okay,
Thomas.
yes,
Gotcha.
but I'll pass it over to Big Cuz Tony, so he can go ahead and light a fire underneath him and go ahead and anoint him in the name of Jesus, so we can have him back for the full season. Go ahead,
I'm
Mister.
not I'm not I'm not gonna wait I'm not gonna waste my prayer on the young man. I think everybody know where I stand with Ian Thomas. So yeah, I'm gonna let that situation rest. Uh as far I have no concerns about what the tight ends are going to look like Sunday. Just like you guys just mentioned, I'm confident in Jatavion Sanders and Jordan Matthews. I mean, Jordan Matthews is a veteran. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Former wide receiver that's been converted to tight end. He didn't start playing this tight end position till he got to the NFL. So he was a work in progress, getting the size up and everything like that. But he's always had hands. Even when he was at Vanderbilt and he was like a big body, wide receiver, he had
Mm.
hands then. You know what I'm saying? So that's not nothing new for him. Just getting into that tight end body and learning how to block was the biggest thing for Jordan Matthews. And now by him being on the 53-man roster, I think he's going to get the opportunity that he's been seeking for a while as far as contributing and potentially being a starter. I think the way that the tight end room is starting to shape up and people are going to surpass Ian Thomas in the rotation. Hey, don't hey for a long and this is not being funny. This is just the way that the tight end room is shaping up to be. I think you'll find Ian Thomas on special teams and on field goal team or something like that. Cause
Mm.
in my opinion, my humble opinion, that's all the young man is worth.
Hey,
Mm.
I digress.
I got a question for him real quick, CJ. Tony, it by chance, if you do know, is Ian Thomas contract through next year or his contract ends this year?
I'm not sure. I
It,
haven't looked at
I do
spot track.
believe it's this year.
Okay.
I think he signed a 1 year contract.
Okay,
If
so
I'm
I
not
got a
But they
mistaken, I
question.
think
they,
he signed a
they
1 year
restructure
contract.
they restructure his contract because he's only making like the veteran minimum. He's
Minimum.
only making like 1.6 million.
So this must be his
Mm.
last year. So the question I got for you, Tony, is Jordan Matthews, I'm just gonna throw a stat line out there. 500
Yes,
yards.
yes, it would be better than in time. Oh, I thought that's what you were gonna say.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I was gonna say,
Yeah,
Hey.
look, this is my bold prediction.
okay.
How many in the past 2 years? I know we haven't looked this up, but if somebody could look it up real quick, what's the total yards that Aaron Thomas has had receiving the past 2 years?
I was gonna say since his career is less than 500,
His career is less than 500.
I think
Yeah.
his
Okay,
career is less
Yeah.
than
I
500.
Mm-hmm.
so I would say Jordan Matthews, if he's in the rotation, if he's part
Mm-hmm.
of the first 3-man rotation,
Mhm.
him, Trimble, and Jatavion Sanders. I say Jordan Matthews could potentially have half of that by week 8.
Okay.
That's just
All
my
right.
bold prediction.
Hey,
That's just a
hey,
bold
and
prediction.
shout out to Digger for the $13.76 super chat. He said, "Add to the
Appreciate you,
kids and
Dig it.
help buy Saints laws." We sure will. Appreciate you as always, brother. Appreciate you as always. Hey, but Doug, I want to say this though. When you
Yes, sir.
when you asked brother Bryant to lead us in prayer, you know how now you got the guy down at the podium. And then, like next on the agenda today, we're gonna have Brother Bryant lead us in prayer for tight end Ian Thomas on a safe and productive season. They said, Brother Bryant, when they turned around, the back door slammed, and all you heard was that car. Vroom. He took off. He left the building, gone. All you saw was tail lights and smoke.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Hold on.
Pause.
Hey, Ian Thomas' career stats is 116 over 1,000 yards.
Is
I
it?
don't
don't.
believe that. Me personally, I just don't believe that.
Well, he been playing.
Oh,
Hey, Ian Thomas been playing for at least a good almost 10 years. I mean, he has.
When when
Ian
when did
Thomas
when did
has.
Greg retire, or when did Greg
um,
leave?
it was like 2017, 18,
He
wasn't it?
was here. He was here while Greg was here.
But he only played with him 1 year though. That's what I'm saying, for 1 year.
I don't know. I have to go back and look and see. Because Ian Thomas has been around for a while.
I was gonna say he's been around 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Here, so let me do that.
2018 was his rookie year. Okay.
Okay, 2018.
2018.
All
Mm.
right, so
Oh, he said he's right. Okay, my boy is right. My bad, Maul. I ain't mean to doubt you, brother. I'm sorry.
Okay.
so that's 175 yards per season. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, don't say okay, CJ. You said, oh, okay. No, that's not good. That's
No,
not
I
good.
just
No.
meant no. I just meant.
No,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
no.
and I wasn't saying like it was good. Yeah. Mm. Okay. Well, shit. Hey, like I say, learn something new every day. Damn.
Yeah.
But all right. So, but injury report. Let's I think Sanders will play. Don't know about Nyman yet, but out of the two of these here, I hope Trimble is ready to go. Let me stop being like that. I hope both of them are ready to go, but we'll see because still got 2 more days. Whether they're gonna show up on the injury report as did not participate or limited participant, and the
Fact.
final injury
Right.
report will be out on Friday. Okay, but yeah. So let's go ahead and move on. All right, so now we're going to get into the actual Saints game. Okay. So the first slide we have up here is the last matchup that we had with them last year down in New
December
Orleans.
6th.
Yep.
December 6th. I was there. I know. When I
Doug
saw
said,
that score, I knew exactly what it was. Go ahead. My bad, CJ.
I know you
My
good.
bad.
You good, Doug. So these are just some of the stats from this last game. The Saints won 28-6. Okay. And the crazy thing with these stats is we actually outgained the Saints. We had
Fact.
303 total yards to their
Fact.
207. Okay. Bryce Young threw for more yards than Derek Carr, even though Derek
Fact.
Carr had 2 TDs and 1 interception. As a team, we ran for, hold on, let me see what, 204 yards to the Saints 97 yards. But Kamara had 12 carries, 56 yards for a touchdown, where Chuba Hubbard had 23 carries for 87 yards and nothing. A.T. Perry was their leading receiver with 1 catch for 44 yards. Okay. Adam Thielen had 5 receptions for 74 yards. Okay. So hold on, let me get here. Hey, Mr. Hunky Dory,
Hey, appreciate
$7.10
you, Mr.
super chat.
Hungador.
Said 2024 prediction 7-10. I like that. I like that. Appreciate you, Mr. Hunky Dory. Appreciate you. Appreciate
That's
you.
my say. Hey, that's my same prediction right there. 7-10. I think that is the
Mm,
ceiling. If I'm being looking at it from a realistic standpoint.
yeah. Appreciate you again, Mr. Hunky Dory. Hey, and like Clay said, hey, 51 of y'all watching, 23 likes. Go ahead and hit that like button for us. It costs you nothing but a click of the mouse or a tap on your phone. All right. We
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
everybody. All right, so now I seen you rear back in that chair like this, man. What's on your mind, dog?
PTSD. and I ain't trying to have that BS going down there. It's a new season, but I mean, numbers lie. I mean, if one thing that I
Mm-mm.
would say is,
No, numbers don't lie. No, sir. No, numbers don't lie.
I would say this during that game, we stopped running the ball. Like they could not
Mhm,
stop the run. I don't know why. I don't
mhm,
know why we put the ball in Bryce's hands. I don't understand. I know people like, oh, but he's the quarterback. He's this or that. They could not stop the run. And whenever they did put the ball in Bryce's hands, he wasn't able to execute. But I definitely remember when Miles Sanders broke for that run. I'm like, whoa, like this is this. I've never seen this from Miles Sanders all year.
mhm.
And really, that game turned for the worse when Johnny Hecker's punt got blocked and they returned it for a touchdown.
As you
Until
see in the
then,
picture here. As you see in the picture over here.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know that was
Did,
the picture. Go ahead,
Mhm.
Tony.
didn't that get called back though?
No,
Didn't that
No,
particular
that
no,
was
play get called back?
no,
the punt block.
no.
No, that was returned for a touchdown.
That was returned for a touchdown.
Right.
Carolina wanted a
Mhm.
Okay.
roughing of the kicker, but no, it did not. Because when I said they
Mm-mm.
start playing that bounce music in there, and I'm looking at my cousin like, I would say this. I don't can I. I'm saying our defense is going to kill their offensive line. I really believe it because again, Derek Carr plays like garbage juice trash. Oh no, and Phenom, I'm not saying it was all Bryce's fault. That's one thing. You know how I feel about Bryce. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is the play calling was so bad when you're running 5 yards a clip or more
Mm-hmm.
per a attempt. Why aren't you
Mm-hmm.
running the ball?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
That's
my
what I'm
thing is,
getting at.
I don't care if you got Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes back there. If the run game is working, run the ball.
Look,
Yeah, so I that's what Doug is getting at, if I'm not mistaken, Doug.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
getting at because again, I know how people feel about Bryce, but this particular game was in our hands. You take that Johnny Hecker kick away, I think it was gonna be like 9-6 or something, like right before halftime. But um they returned that, so that was 13. And then they scored 15 points in the second half, if I'm not mistaken. But
Mm-hmm.
I know for sure that game last year was definitely winnable if we had a better offensive scheme that fits our players. And one thing I've been saying with CJ and Tony behind the scenes is scheme. One thing Tony and I have been preaching: scheme. Players have to fit your scheme. And you look at the players that we had in last year's scheme to go along with it, they did not match. It was not a match made in heaven. It was like friction between coaching and players. And I
Mm-hmm.
know one thing that I did hear while I was at that game: the fans are calling for crab hand, crab hand Winston. They weren't
Mm.
famous Winston, and they were calling. They're like, put crab hands back in because when
Yeah,
I
I
say
remember
Derek
that.
Carr, like I don't know if y'all could hear it on the TV, but it was so loud in the stadium that they could hear that that Derek Carr. I mean, Derek Carr is not what people think he is. With those tackles that he has, I'm
Mm-hmm.
expecting a feast to go on that front seven.
Okay. Mm. Hey, and
Okay.
Doug, so it was 14-3 at halftime.
Okay,
14 to
14 to
3
3. Okay,
because
my bad.
Kamara ran for a 9-yard touchdown,
And then the
and then they
punt, right?
got the fumble. Yeah, they got
Yep.
the punt, the block punt
Yep.
return for a touchdown.
Okay.
And let me see, we fumbled on our second possession, and then there was a fumble for the touchdown. Yep. And then they scored two more touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
But and also don't forget in that game we went for it on fourth down 7 times and only converted once. So we had
Mm-hmm.
opportunities to flip field position or to even back them up even further. I can't remember the exact distance that we gave up, but going forward on fourth down 7 times and only converting one time, that is a recipe for for
Major
mayhem. You know
disaster.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, for disaster. So, that's initially like a turnover. So that's like
Mm-hmm.
6 turnovers. Turnover on downs, fourth down, and you don't get it. That's a turnover. In the stat book, well, not necessarily in the stat book. but that's how a lot of coaches look at it, as that's a turnover. You know what I'm saying? So technically, I mean, you could look at it and say, okay, that was 6 additional turnovers that Carolina had that game, besides the punt block, and I think it was a fumble. I don't think Bryce threw an interception that game,
So,
did he?
so
No, he
what
fumbled.
happened is it
He
Okay,
fumbled.
yeah.
it was a weird fumble because again, it was just like with Derek Carr when DB got his interception on Derek Carr. It was like
Hmm.
literally within possessions, like the ball came out just awkwardly. It was almost like Butterfingers.
Because I
And
think
then
Demario Davis caused the fumble. If I'm
yeah,
not mistaken.
yeah. And like I said, I think on the very next possession, or it was two possessions behind, Derek Brown got the interception off a tip ball. So
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
But
But
yeah, I
yeah, but
just
go ahead, Tony. My
oh, go
bad.
ahead, CJ. No, go ahead,
No,
go ahead.
I was gonna say we gotta work on we definitely gotta work on and we'll talk about this later, but we gotta work on finishing drives because like I said, we went for it 7 times on 4th down and made one.
Hmm.
And one of them, and I think it led to a field goal, but still, Miles Sanders got the ball all the way down to the 1 damn yard line. I really wish he'd have made that made that touchdown, got to the 1 yard line
we
and
threw it
end up
three
kicking a damn
times.
field.
We
Yeah,
threw it
end up
three
kicking a
times.
field goal.
Yeah, we threw
Yep,
it three. We
Yep.
did not run it anymore when we got to the 1 yard line.
yep.
Yep.
Yeah, you right. Let me see,
So
because let me see right here. Bryce Young. No, what we ran one time. The first was a run. Miles Sanders lost a yard. Bryce Young was sacked for -9 yards on the second and goal.
Because that
Then
was a
third
pass.
and goal, it was an incomplete pass, and then Panero kicked a 29-yard field goal. Yep.
yeah.
Go ahead, Tony.
So no, I was just gonna say when you look, me and CJ, I felt Doug when he said about the PTSD, because when CJ was showing me the stats and the slide the other day, I got mad all over again. Man, I had like a whole
Mm-hmm.
attitude for real. I was like, I can't believe this shit. You know what I'm
I'm being
saying?
I
serious.
couldn't either. Yeah.
Hey,
I
I
couldn't
was in there
either.
because I didn't remember, and I was like, this is not good. But what I want to say is, this is just an example of how dysfunctional the
Facts.
organization was last year, from the scheme. I'm not gonna put too much on the players, because the players have to execute the scheme that is given to them. But the scheme, the coaching, the decisions that the coaching offensive coaches were making last year, not putting these guys in the proper position to be successful. Because like I said, you can only run the play that the coaches call. You can only run the scheme that's being taught to you. And last year they was operating on 3 or 4 different type of schemes, and there was so much dysfunction amongst the organization from up top to the coaching staff that trickled down to the play on the field. So I just hope
Mm-hmm.
that this year will offer us a chance to have some stability. We know exactly what the offense is going to be. We know exactly who's going to be calling the plays. We got a young, energetic coach that's going to do some updated, innovative things, in my opinion. So, like I said, I'm excited for Sunday.
Okay. Bet.
I don't think
Doug.
I don't think
Oh,
we have a repeat like this again. I just want to put
okay.
that in.
Bet. All right. Any additional thoughts on this last matchup, Doug, before I go to the next slide?
If we if the result that I don't want, I'm not gonna say that word. The result that we don't get on Sunday, that'd be my last time going to NOLA for a game. I will go back to visit it, but that'd be my last
Mm-hmm.
time going for a game.
Hey,
Yes,
hey,
sir. Bourbon
CJ.
Street.
Hey, make sure we send Doug a clip of this slide right here so he can use as a screensaver.
All
Look,
right, I got you.
Tony, as close as I am, I'm gonna show y'all. But as close as I am, you might not want to do that because I don't got it all. You know
Oh,
I
I
don't got
want to
it
do
all.
it. Oh, I
So
want to
you know
do
I
it.
don't got it all. Damn, Doug.
I don't.
He
I
said,
don't.
"No, I don't got it all." Damn.
Oh God.
Okay. So Our next slide, what we're going to do every week, we're going to pick one player for the Panthers to be the spotlight. You know, we want to spotlight this particular player for this week. And the player for this week should be painfully, and I mean painfully obvious to everybody. Painfully obvious, okay? Bryce Young. All right, yeah. Painfully obvious. We've been talking
Yes,
about
sir.
Bryce Young for what 8-9 months straight now. You know it just over and over and over and over again. So when we would do this spotlight, we want to get everybody's opinion. What do you think? What do you want to see out of Bryson? What should he be able to do for us to win?
Go ahead, Happy Meds.
That's what I was laughing at too. I was gonna say this. I wasn't worried about Bryce. I was gonna say my spotlight would be Chuba Hubbard. I think Chuba Hubbard gonna have over 100 yards.
No, don't be trying to change the spotlight. We talking about Bryce
No,
Young.
no. I just put that out there. That's all I'm saying, Tony. But I know everybody wants to see because Bryce didn't play in the train. I mean, didn't play in the preseason game. You know, they want to see
Mhm.
Bryce with the new toys. They want to see Bryce
Mhm.
behind a new offensive line. They don't believe what Dave Canales, the content creators, CJ, myself, all the other content creators that were out there. They saying, "Oh, that's only practice."
Mhm.
I definitely agree with the spotlight because it's year 2. Bryce threw a beautiful ball today. If you don't think that man got an arm, you need to go to the Panthers social media account. He threw a beautiful, I say about 30 yards to Jonathan Mingo today, man. And I really think I like where Dave Canales said that they're going to get in their bag or certain
Mhm.
plays before before the opposition
Yeah.
can
Mhm.
really get
I heard that.
used to what they're doing. And what that means
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
you're going to have motion. One thing Frank Wright even said, you don't need motion. We don't need to do, we can just stand in our spots and we can run plays. No.
Yeah.
That's one thing
Mo
that I think Dave Canales has showed us, even during preseason with Jack Plummer being behind center and with Luton as well. We're gonna have pre-snap motion. But I really think Bryce is going to surprise a lot of people. Regardless of how you feel about him. He's not going anywhere. Hopefully, he does his part, and you guys will see exactly what we were able to see during training camp that is going to transition over to the regular season.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Fade, nah, man. Hey, easy with that keyboard, cuz boy, you gonna send some
Hey,
people off the deep end with that one, dog.
hey, you hey, him in the car both got a pitcher of Kool-Aid over there, don't they?
Hey, but you know what though? Nakari's,
That ain't
I'm
bad.
not.
That's not
That
bad.
ain't bad. That's
That's
not
Yeah,
not
that's
bad.
not
bad.
bad right there. Yeah.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Vietnam, I
I
think
believe he'd be
you're on
somewhere
the
between
top
200 and
end of
300
there.
yards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but boy, let me tell you, I know of a certain some certain folks watching, boy, they like, damn that. No, hell no. He ain't throwing 400 nothing. Oh my God.
Yep.
Yo, that is fun. Hey, but you know what? Everybody in the chat. Okay, everybody in the chat. Put your because Nakari asked what we doing a stat line prediction for Bryce. Everybody let me know what do y'all think Bryce's stat line is going to be for Sunday.
Or
Okay.
Yeah.
can I throw it out before I pass it to Tony?
Yeah,
I'll
go ahead.
do.
Go ahead.
I've been saying 250, 2 touchdowns. That's all you
Okay.
need from Bryce. Because
Mm-hmm.
if we're a run first scheme and the scheme that we have, Chuba and Miles Sanders are great running backs for this scheme. So
Mm-hmm.
a balanced attack, if he does anything over 250, it's gonna really blow my eyes. But I think 250 again is doable. So I think
Okay.
250, two
Yeah.
touchdowns.
Yeah. I was gonna say that same thing, Doug, because I said in between 200 and 300. So 250, at least 2 touchdowns. I think he got it in him. Uh
Mm-hmm.
this RPO system fits Bryce. This is his strong suit. This is what he ran at Alabama. Dave Canales made it be known from day one that he's going to design this offense according to Bryce's strength. From my understanding, Bryce has had a lot of input of the things that he don't like, and these are the plays that Dave Canales had implemented into his system. So I'm just going to assume that we're going to see the Bryce that we was hoping to see last year. Like I said, last year was like
Ooh.
I don't want to say an anomaly, but like we talked about plenty of times on the show, trying to fit a round peg in a square hole. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
you don't you don't take your number one overall draft pick or your first round quarterback and try to fit him into your system. You build a system around him that made him successful that made you want to take him first overall. So
Mhm.
I'm glad that Dave Canales has that mindset, and we should see a much improved Bryce Young in year 2 than year 1.
Okay. Now before I go, Bobby Hicks said 123 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 3 picks. Damn it, Bobby. Damn
I'm
it.
not going to even entertain that.
Damn it, Bobby. Wow. Okay. All right. Let me see. Get through some more of these. But yeah. Okay. Now here's my prediction for Bryce for the stat line. I think we'll see 286 yards and 2 touchdowns. Okay. And I say that because I think we're going to see them sort of open the playbook up way more and way earlier than we did last year. I do expect them to
Mm,
take some shots down the field. Now they're going to have to be calculated shots because you have Marshawn Lattimore and what's my other cornerback over there? Is it for
Kool-Aid?
the Saint?
Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid
No,
McKinstry,
Kool-Aid's a rookie. But there's the
Paulson, Timo
Paulson
Paulson Debo.
Paulson the Dable. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be calculated shots. But if Bryce has time and there's an opportunity, I do believe we're going to see them take some shots down the field. But with the run, Canales does want to be, run first. Okay.
Hmm.
And I do think that this defense is pretty much the same from last year. You got Kool-Aid, but I don't think there's
You
too
got
many
Chase. You got Chase Young.
yeah. But I'm just saying, like, was it Brian Brees? He was a rookie last year, right? Dude for
Correct.
Florida State. Yeah. So now,
Yeah.
mind you, now we
No, from
we we
Clemson.
ran
Isn't
for.
Reese is from Clemson,
Oh,
right?
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Clemson. My bad.
Breesy from Clemson.
My
Yeah.
bad. I'm
I was
sorry.
making sure. I was making sure we're talking
Yeah,
about the
look,
same guy. My
might
bad.
might not want to associate nobody with Florida State. My bad, y'all. But I'm sorry, Doug. You lobbed it up. I had to dunk it, dog. My bad. But yeah, this is the same team we ran for 200 yards on last year. I think we can do it again. But also, I do think that we're going to see some deeper passes down the field. So I'll say, potential of Bryce 286 and a couple touchdowns. All
Are
right.
y'all okay? Are y'all okay with Yak? Because I
Damn
Yo,
really
right.
that's
think.
I don't care if he throw the ball 3 yards and the
yeah.
Joker run it 78.
Okay.
I don't give a
Hey,
damn. It's
get it
whatever.
get it into the hands of your playmakers. That is the
Thank
number
you.
one job of the
Thank you,
quarterback.
Tony. Because
Get it
And
into
let it
your
work.
hands of the playmakers, make the right reads, and let your playmakers do work.
I
Period.
got a.
Mm-hmm.
I'll save it because if we talk about defense, I got a question about our offensive line. I got a
Mm-hmm.
question. I think because I want to
Well, hold
know.
on.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Oh, go
Tony.
ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. No,
No,
I
no.
got it.
I was just
Go
gonna
ahead.
say Chase will be on the opposite side of Icky, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because Cam Jordan's going against Taylor.
Moton.
Taylor
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Moton.
Thank you. That's all
Yep.
I need to know. Because I just
Okay.
I seen somebody say something, so I'm picturing something in my mind. But okay.
Hey, look, Nakari said last year was Bryce's red shirt year. Nakari, don't say that too
Oh,
loud.
here.
don't don't,
That's an
don't say that
excuse.
too
Yeah.
loud,
That's an
Nakari.
excuse. That's an excuse. You can't do that.
Hey, I got a few podcasts that you can go on and voice your opinion, the car.
Mm-hmm.
So you almost
Yep.
made me spit that freaking tea out, man.
Hey, and Bobby Hicks, I got you. Yeah. I got you. No, I didn't forget they got a damn good secondary. I
but
did
they
not forget that.
but at the same time, yeah, they good, but they getting older too. Marshawn Lattimore is getting older.
Tyron
Honey
Matthew
Badger is
was old.
Honey Badger is not the same Honey Badger that we knew 5-7 years ago.
He's
So
not.
let's not act like they got an all pro secondary back there. Paulson the Dabo, a you can easily get him get pass interference penalties on him because he loves to grab and hold a lot. So
Mm.
I mean, they have some weaknesses.
And,
DJ Moore exploited those weaknesses when we played New Orleans every time.
and Tony, you just said it though.
What
With
up,
a good
Bill?
secondary, what can you do? Run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Where did they lack
Hmm.
at last year? Stopping the run. What does Dave Canales want to
Yeah.
do? Run the ball.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
You pull the safety down in the box and take your shots.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
So I can't wait to see. I cannot wait for Sunday to get here.
Boy,
Cannot come
Hey,
any
Eternal said,
faster.
well, if we win this season off of Yak, cool, but that's not a future QB. No, we're not
That
saying we're not saying that everything is going to be yards after the catch. Doug was saying, do you have a problem with yards after catch? And I'm like, no, I don't. Like I said, I don't care if Bryce throws it 2 yards in the flat to somebody and they take it 60 yards. I mean, shit, either way, that's 60 yards. I'm not expecting that to be every play. Go ahead, Doug.
I'm gonna say this. We got a game tomorrow. Let's see how many shots Patrick Mahomes takes.
Okay.
hmm
That's
All
all I'm
right.
gonna say. He's not gonna throw it 20 yards down the field every time he gets the ball. He doesn't do
right.
he
That
doesn't do
part.
that.
That part.
Like I
It's
said,
like this.
we got a game tomorrow. Let's see how much yak yards Patty Holmes gets.
Okay.
Then
Hmm.
everybody can kind of relax. Oh, you got to throw it 6 times or 7 times, 20 yards downfield. It doesn't work like that. You take your shot whenever you're able to take your shot.
Yeah.
So
Hey, we'll get some final score predictions later, Bill. All right.
Yeah.
See the Saints stack the box against Bryce. That's Bryce weakness stacking the box. Okay.
That
All right.
that that was last year, Bobby. That was last year. Well,
Hopefully it's
we'll
not the
see
case.
come Sunday what's gonna be.
All right. Okay, so that was our Panther spotlight on QB Bryce Young. Okay. Also, every week we're going to do a enemy spotlight. Okay. And Tony has a player and I have a player where we're going to just give our brief kind of what we need to do against this player. Hopefully we can hold them to, not being a non-factor in the game. Okay. And I do hope y'all like the thoughtfulness, the time, the effort,
oh no.
the attention to detail that I put into these next 2 slides. Okay. Because I promise you, these slides took me probably about an hour and a half a piece. Okay. So I hope y'all appreciate this. Let's go ahead. All right. All right. So that is this is Tony's guy, Alvin Kamara. Tony, I'll let you have the floor, sir.
Yeah. Alvin Kamara is my number one enemy spotlight for this week because I do believe that you have to stop the run. I think if you can force New Orleans to try to beat you with Derek Carr, I think that's a winning situation for the Panthers. So if we could eliminate or slow down Alvin Kamara in the run game, take away his effectiveness in the passing game and make them one dimensional and put it on Derek Carr's arm, I like our chances with that because there Alvin Kamara legs are way more valuable and more potent and dangerous than Derek Carr's arm. So Alvin Kamara is my enemy spotlight for this week.
Okay. All right. Bet. Doug, any
Talking to
thoughts on Kamara?
No,
something like
I have one. I'm just waiting. I hope you don't say because I'll throw one out there. But no,
Okay.
great
All
take,
right. Bet.
great take, Tony. Great take.
Okay. So that's Tony's enemy spotlight, Alvin Kamara. Mine, I went with defensive side of the ball, DeMario Davis. Okay. In my opinion, DeMario Davis is not the only focal point that they need the Panthers offense needs to focus on, but he is kind of the heartbeat of this defense. He is all over the field. He's coming off
yes.
his second highest tackle total in his career, 121 tackles. As you saw from last year's game down in New Orleans, he did get a sack on Bryce Young. Okay, he was constantly in the backfield, and as that that middle linebacker, the quarterback of the defense, I do think that the Panthers need to make sure they know where he is at all times. And maybe and I
Right.
think we're going to get creative with the play calling, some things to get him out of position, because one thing he is really good at is diagnosing plays and being right there where you don't want him to be at to make a play
Yes.
against our team. Okay, he is
Yes.
very, very good at that, and I hope that Canales and Izzik and the Panthers offense, they put him in positions where he is out of position, and then maybe go to play. I'm sorry, maybe make the play go one way backside and hit somebody out in the flat, or whatever, but just kind of take him out of the plays. And I'm not gonna say make him a non-factor, but we can't have Demario Davis flying all over the field, stopping everything. And when they decide to blitz him, we can't have him getting to the quarterback like he did in last year's game. All right, Doug,
Right.
you want to say
Shout
something
out,
on
shout out to them Arkansas State Red Wolves. Like I said, that's the only thing I would say positive about Demario Davis. Demario is what Drew Brees was for this team. He's the heartbeat of the New Orleans Saints. Everybody can say it's Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan has been there, but if you know the pregame speeches, the heartbeat of a team, that is Demario Davis. That defense goes as far as Demario Davis takes them. But I'm gonna say a guy real quick. Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is a trick pony for that offense. And
Yeah,
that's one person that hurt us that Monday night game. He really didn't do
facts.
a lot
Speak
the
on it, Doug.
second game of the year, but that Monday night game, when Taysom Hill came in the game, we could not stop his throw. We couldn't stop his run. Anything that he did, we were not able to stop, or even him catching the ball. If you stop Taysom Hill, I think JC Horn's going to do fine with Chris Olave. I think that run reinforces that we brought in Tony, Sean Robinson, and Derrick Brown will be able to stop that run, because now Derrick Brown has that tag team, that running mate that we said that Starlo Tulaway didn't have with KK Short. Now Derrick Brown has that in Sean Robinson. So what's the one person that has always gave Carolina Panther fits? Taysom Hill. And I honestly think if
Yeah.
we're able to stop
Yeah.
him, we're good.
And the crazy thing is, Doug, I made a whole short about Taysom Hill from that particular game last season. It's
Yep.
like he gets in the game, you know what he's going to do, and he
Yep.
does it, and the Panthers could not stop him.
Could not.
Stop him. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like hike the
Facts.
ball. He's running behind the running back. He's out 10 yards, 12
Yep.
yards, 8 yards. But yeah, you made a good point on that one, Doug. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. All right. Anything else on Demario Davis, Tony? You got anything about him?
No, Demario Davis, I totally agree with it on the defensive side. He is like their Luke Kuechly of their defense. He runs
Yeah.
sideline to sideline. Good at diagnosing and knowing where the run play is going to be. He's good with receivers crossing over the middle. He's pretty good. I would say he's above average and in coverage of the running backs out of the backfield or the tight ends. So he's a very smart player for New Orleans. So like you said, CJ, if we can not necessarily trick plays, but we can create some pre-snap motions or motions, something to make him just think half a second longer or a second longer than what he usually does. That can potentially get him out of position. And, you may be able to get some big runs against Demario Davis, but establishing the run against New Orleans first and foremost will give you the opportunity to do some of the things that you want to do potentially downfield and over the middle.
Okay. Facts. All right. So that is our enemy spotlight for the Saints. That Alvin Kamara, running back, and Demario Davis, linebacker. Okay. All right. So our next slide, and we're going to do this again every week. We have let me get to it. Our keys to victory. Okay. We got our keys to victory. And Tony, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go first with your 4 keys.
Well, y'all know how I am. I'm all about the trenches. That's where the games are won or lost for the most part. So one thing that we were weak against last year was stopping the run. So we definitely need to stop the run, and then on the offensive side, we need to establish the run. We wasn't good at establishing the run last year. Creating turnovers. That's something that Dave Canales has really harped on this offseason and throughout training camp is getting guys on the defensive side of the ball that can create turnovers, take the ball away. Okay. And execution. We all are eager to see what the execution looks like with the Bryce Young and this new offense. The offensive line. Hopefully, we have this ability that we are all looking for at the guard position. Hopefully, that interior offensive line with Austin Corbett at center is better
Mm-hmm.
than what we expect. And long as the execution is good up front, I think it's going to allow Bryce Young to execute as the quarterback, whether he's throwing from the pocket, bootleg, rollouts, whatever the case may be. I think you'll be able to see him get into his bag a little more often.
Okay.
So those are
Fact.
my keys to victory.
Okay. Excuse me, y'all. So for me, I got putting pressure on Derek Carr. Okay. I think that is the number one, should be the number one goal of the defense. And as Doug was saying earlier, with the offensive line struggles, especially at tackle that the Saints are having right now, we've seen in the preseason. Um, Jadeveon Clowney and whoever is on the other side have to step up and get pressure on Carr. And our three guys in the middle, Derek Brown, Shy Tuttle, and Ashawn Robinson, they have to collapse the pocket. Okay. They've got to do to Derek Carr what teams did to Bryce last year. Okay. They've got to make it where he's uncomfortable and can't step up into the pocket, because Derek Carr is not a real running threat per se. So if we can get him uncomfortable and get him out of the pocket, we'll have a better chance at probably making making a tackle for a loss, or hurrying him so he'll make a bad throw. All right. And on the flip side of that, we have to protect Bryce. Okay. I think most of us can agree that was one of the biggest issues that the Panthers had last year, was protecting Bryce Young. We have to keep him upright in the pocket. We have to keep his pocket clean so he can deliver these passes to his new weapons at the wide receiver spot. And the offensive line, they also have to get out there and make running holes for our running back as well. But protect Bryce Young, number one thing for me on offense. Okay. Play calling. We all know the situation we had with our play calling last year. Frank Wright called plays, Thomas Brown called plays, and it was just stagnant, from the jump. Okay, and I said this before. It looked like we had 3 plays during the preseason last year. Regular season start, we had 5 plays, and it was like 10 different variations of the same damn plays. I don't know how many times I see them on third and 3, third and 4, throw comeback routes that went out in the stadium, and the receivers are waiting out in the parking lot trying to catch a pass. Okay, play calling. I think that's going to be a lot different this year. I think we're going to see a lot of different things scheme wise with the play calling, and hopefully we'll see that right out of the gate Sunday versus the Saints. All right, finish drives is my last key to victory. As you saw in the slide earlier, we went for it 7 times on 4th down and converted 1. Okay, 1. We had that
Hmm.
problem a lot all season, even on 3rd downs. There were a lot of 3rd down and shorts where we could not get a yard or 2 yards, or sometimes inside of a yard. It was like 3rd and half a yard or whatever, and we still get stopped. Okay, so
And
that's my
penalties on third down.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. Penalties on 3rd down. So finishing drives would have to be my last key to victory, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I think we probably had maybe 3 or 4 more wins last year if we could have just finished, 2 to 3 more drives a game. There were a lot of games where we lost by 1 possession, whether it's a touchdown, field goal, or whatnot. A couple more drives and we would have been Gucci. So finishing drives
Yeah.
would be my last key to victory. All right. Doug. Okay, I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but what would be your keys to victory, sir?
Uh, Big cousin Tony always make me laugh. That $150 million need to be on that field. Them two guards, them 2 guards need to show up. 62 sacks were the reason why you went and spent most of your salary cap on 2 guards to protect your quarterback. I'm surprised neither one of you guys said it. I need to see Austin Corbett actually look somewhat like a decent center.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did say that.
Oh, it must.
yeah, you did.
My bad. That's my bad, Tony. Um, I do think. the tackles for I'm gonna say both tackles because everybody's gonna have eyes on Icky. Everybody's saying Taylor Moton has, you know, kind of not been playing up to the skill level that we need him to play. If you ask certain Panther fans or content creators, and we've seen it on film and on the field, the Saints' two tackles aren't that great either. So I'm gonna say which tackle group can hold up their end to protect their quarterback. Um, Separation was one
Mm-hmm.
thing everybody said we didn't have last year. Oh,
Separation. Wide
separation.
receivers.
Um, you trade for Deontay Johnson. You draft Xavier Legette with your number one pick. Jonathan Mingo's in his second year. You had JT Sanders come in. Chuba Hubbard is now your starting running back. There's weapons on this offense. No more excuses of saying that we don't have the proper toys or gadgets to generate plays and be effective on those particular plays. And last for me is turnovers. Like Tony
Mm-hmm.
said, one thing left by Xavier Woods. He's had brick hands, but I really think, hopefully this year I'm praying once that ball comes his way and he has his hand on it, he's able to take it away. With JC Horn being in there, JC Horn can shut a whole side of the field down by himself. I'm expecting, if we can get 2 to 3 turnovers in this game, I love how I would think the season would go, going forward after week 1.
Yeah. Hey, and Mr. Hunky Dory and Dig It. Dig It had a comment said last year, woulda, shoulda, coulda. Okay. Mr. Hunky Dory said, agree, Dig. We cannot keep looking at last year to compare. Too much new with a lot of old removed. We just can't compare. Now, I agree. You are right. But until Sunday at about 4:00, okay, this is all we have to go on right now. Okay. So then once the game is over, there will be no more comparisons to last year. Okay, it's what we saw on the field come Sunday. But yeah, y'all make good points. Appreciate y'all. All right.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, that will be our preview for the game this Sunday. So somebody did make a comment earlier. They said how many plays you think Xavier how many reps you think Xavier Legette will get. Being that we on the carrying 5 wide receivers, I think you'll see a lot of Xavier Legette. If we go to 4 wide receiver, 5 wide receiver set, he gonna be in the game. Depends on how many times we have to go to that set, but I think you're gonna see a lot of them. What y'all think?
I agree. Now,
Okay.
now yards, I don't know, but get you about 50 or 60 yards. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Or four
Yeah.
catches, 7 targets,
Mm-hmm.
60 yards. I'm good with that.
Okay. All right. Bet.
Hmm.
No.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see much of a Xavier Legette than most people think. I think we're going to establish our core players in this first game, which is going to
Mm-hmm.
be Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen, Chuba Hubbard, Miles Sanders, getting the tight ends involved. Listen, Xavier Legette still has work to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's still not the type of route runner that some of the other guys that we have on the squad is. I know he has great upside. He has a lot of potential, but that potential has to be polished. And I don't think he's there yet. That's why I don't that's why I believe you don't see him in the lineup over Jonathan Mingo. Like even Jonathan Mingo ain't nothing to write home about, but at this point in time in their career, he can probably have better production than Xavier Legette. I'm not saying that he's more talented or that he's a
Mm-hmm.
better person than Xavier Legette, but I'm just saying at this point in time, what you trust and see in practice should translate to what you trust and see in the game. And right now, I don't think Xavier Legette has earned that trust the way you're gonna see him get 6 or 7 targets in the first game. Me personally, I don't think that'll happen because
Okay.
I don't think Bryce gonna throw the ball around that much to where your fourth wide receiver is going to get 7 targets.
Yeah. Hey, look, Tony Twice said this all makes sense, but we only got 5 wide receivers, so he's going to be out there more than he should. Yeah, that was my whole point as well too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, being out there and being targeted is
It's
is
two different
is two
things.
different things. Yeah. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I'm not saying he's not going to be out there, but to be a focal point to where you get like someone is getting 7 targets, that's the number 1, number 2 wide receiver all day. And if we're going to be a run first team, you can pretty much say, especially if the run game is effective, 50% or better of your play calling is going to be run. Go
Gotcha.
ahead, Doug. You was going to say something?
I was thinking because and that was my bad. I hope I didn't mess you up. I was thinking more of how many times did Jack Plummer throw in preseason? I know it's preseason, but I'm at least expecting Bryce to throw attempts wise at least 30. At least 30. And that's not a
Okay.
lot.
Well,
To me, that's not a lot because if you throwing in for 30, um, I agree with you about the targets that I said 7. I'll say 8 or 9 if you're force feeding it. 9 is a pretty good for a number 1 target. But like I
Mm.
said, I'm not mad if it's able to get you 4 receptions for 60 yards. Do I think that's doable? Absolutely. But it depends on how he gets it. Because
Yeah.
in the beginning of practice, they were doing wraparounds. When you do a
Mhm.
touch pass, that's a pass.
right.
So
It
he can
is a
Yeah.
take
pass.
that for like 10 yards a pop.
Yeah.
So it just
Look at
depends on how he gets it. But I'm in
yeah.
total agreement with you with the attempts because when you said it, I was like, darn, Tony does have a point. Target shares, 9 is, I don't know if I said 9 or 7, but 9
No.
is definitely high for him not being your
Mm.
number 1 target.
Yeah. Well, look at A.T. Perry last year. He had 1 catch for 44 yards.
See,
Derek Carr threw a deep ball too, and I think that was a drive they took it in for a touchdown. But
answer this
yeah,
question,
Yeah.
CJ. How many attempts did Bryce throw it last year? I seen you trying to look it up.
36. Yeah, 36.
Like I
Yeah, I
said, if
went
he
back
can
to
do
the
30,
slide.
I'm cool. He don't need to hit 36.
Mhm.
Okay. But
So,
he was 13 for 36.
and how many yards?
137.
Okay. Okay.
Horrible.
Mm,
But
yeah.
I know we talking about last year, but I do not see that happening this year. Cause like one thing I said, I think it was last week on one of our lives. Oh no, me and CJ was talking about this on the phone. I
Mm,
was saying last year when we saw the joint practice with the Jets and the preseason game with the Jets, it was like the litmus test to us how the season went, right?
Facts. We did
We
say
didn't
that.
look good in
Yep.
that joint practice. We didn't look good in that preseason game. Cause one thing I know CJ was saying it more than me, because I was trying to remain, optimistic, keep hope alive. We was like, man, what are the plays that we saw in training camp in these preseason and regular season games? Because we were all
yep.
like that. We was like, I don't see none of this triangle read offense that Frank Wright was known for. Are we running any of these things in the game? Only game I can remember seeing it in was the Seattle game, and that's when
Mm,
we had Andy Dalton at quarterback. Um, so if you go off of that, based off of that for last year, then what we saw this year in joint practice, what we saw this year in the scrimmage game against Buffalo in the one series that Bryce did get to play, that could be the same litmus test for how the Panthers could potentially look for the regular season. And if that's the case, I like what I saw.
okay. Mr. Hunky Dory said, "What is Dennis Allen known for?"
I don't know. Having beef with Derek Carr.
Hmm. Ah, yeah.
I was not expecting that one. Okay. Tell us, Mr. Hunky Dory.
Yeah.
Yo, that
I
that
think
is a good one.
he was a defensive minded coach
He
at one point
is.
in time. He did, I think it was like two or three seasons. I forgot who he was with, but he really built he really built his resume on the defense side of the ball. You know,
Mm,
just like we always talk about, there are certain coaches that make awesome coordinators, but they suck at being the
The
head
head
coach,
coach.
right? They suck at being the head coach. Dan Quinn has had multiple opportunities as a head coach, failed. But as a defense coordinator, he is the man in that aspect. You know, so hey, some people just need to stay where they are. You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Yeah.
They
Facts.
they just need to stay where they are.
All right. Well, fellas, let's get some final score predictions, and then I got something I want to tell the good audience joining us tonight.
Okay, go ahead, Doug.
Uh, I've been thinking about it for about maybe 10 minutes now. 27-17.
Mm.
Damn. Don't.
For who? I mean, you got. I mean, you all you did was put the score out there. I mean, who we talking about?
This ain't the Kansas City Chiefs game. I mean, this is the first game of the season. You heard
I'm gonna have
you
to
t-
clip
you
this one.
you told me I was bringing. I told you I was bringing the juice. You lucky I ain't gonna go over there and get that BlackBerry Crown and take a shot on live with you and really bring the juice on you. So hey, it's
So
27-17 Carolina.
Yo, it's
okay,
wild, Doug. I was gonna say 28-17 Carolina.
All right, that's wild.
28
Yeah,
17.
twenty-eight
I
seventeen
think it's gonna.
Carolina.
I think it's gonna be a little closer. I say
Mm,
24-20 Carolina.
okay. All right. Bet,
Twenty-four
bet,
twenty.
bet, bet. Okay, but before we get out of here, we hit 1,500 subscribers here on YouTube, on the last live, and we said we were going to do a giveaway. I have the earbuds in my possession right now, so we're going to do it on Monday. Okay, we're going to do it on Monday. So you have to be a subscriber to the channel. We're going to turn on subscriber only mode, and you have to be a subscriber to the channel, and we got a giveaway. So we're gonna give away a pair of Galaxy 2 earbuds, okay? And we have a couple more things that we're going to give away, but if you want to find out, you're gonna have to tune in on Monday. So we're gonna do this Monday in our recap of the Saints and the Panthers week 1 matchup. Okay, but again, we do have a pair of Galaxy 2 earbuds we're going to give away, and a couple more things. But to find out what they are, tune in and you'll find out. Okay. So, final thoughts,
Yes,
y'all,
sir.
before we get up out of here.
Go ahead, Doug.
Um, I'm trying to stay calm. But
Not calm.
but yeah, because like I said, I mean, it's that. Like I said, whenever I was at Arkansas State, whenever you got that first game, you've been at fall camp. That first game of the year, them juices are just flowing like your head.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you going through
Can't
scenarios.
sleep.
Boy,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm so glad to be back home from being out the road where I can sleep in my own bed before I go on the road. But it's
Mm-hmm.
just I'm hoping to come back Monday with a smile on my face, talking to Tony and CJ and being like, yo, like I
Yeah.
saw what I needed to see, man. I saw
Yeah.
Okay.
what I needed to see. Let me say this real quick, and I know CJ gonna get me. Shout out to CJ and Tony for hosting the fantasy league for the content creators. I'm hoping to bring, I already got from another
Ah, this
fantasy
joker.
league. I have a trophy from winning last year. So just know your man, your little brother,
Well,
your
hold
little
up.
cousin gonna try to bring it home this year for the Panther content creators for
So
the
we
fantasy league.
so
So
we
I
talk we
appreciate
talk we talking shit right now. Okay. Well, let me say this. Willie, you ain't won shit over here, player. So
Not
that
yet.
little funky ass trophy you got don't mean Nathan. All right, it don't mean it's not a Nathan.
Doug, look, Doug.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this: if CJ and Tony go live Friday, they gonna be swimming. Like I said, they there, but they ain't Chris right now. They ain't Chris right now.
I give you
Hey,
that one, Doug. I give you that one. I give you that one.
I tell you this: if you could have seen what the mock-up looked like, you
Turn your
All
camera off.
right.
Turn your
Okay.
camera off.
Look at
Turn
that.
your camera off.
Hey, okay. Tony's done. All right. We'll probably be offline before he gathered himself together to make another comment. All right. So, but yes, but everybody, thank y'all for joining us. Okay. Thank y'all for, okay. There you go. Tony, any final words?
oh, you talking? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go
Um,
ahead.
hey man, listen, I think this is a great opportunity for Carolina to get a win week one. I think we
Right.
have the opportunity to go in to New Orleans and sneak out a victory. Like I said, I love what I saw during joint practice. I love what I saw in that one series against Buffalo. Albeit they didn't have their full defensive starters in there, but it was enough for me to see from an offensive perspective with Bryce Young and the rest of the rest of the team. But yeah, I'm just excited for Sunday, man. I'm just excited.
And
Okay.
then CJ, did I hear you say Monday? Not Wednesday,
Hmm.
but Monday, right?
Monday. Yep.
Okay.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
Monday. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, there's going to be a little bit of change to our schedule. We're going to do our recaps this season on Monday evenings at 6:30. Okay, so we're probably going to go live for about an hour and a half, like we did tonight. Get everybody done with the live, so you can watch Monday Night Football. Or if you're a wrestling fan like myself, you be going back and forth between Monday Night Football and Monday Night Raw. Okay,
Hmm.
so yeah.
Okay.
But hey, Shockwave is the new Carolina tight end playing Sunday? I don't know.
I haven't heard anything.
I don't know. Yeah, I heard he was signed to the practice squad, so I don't know.
No,
Mr. Hunter.
no. He's on the 53-man roster. They
Oh,
signed to the
he is.
53-man
Yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He's
oh,
on the 53-man roster.
oh.
Yeah.
Well, never know. Never know. Okay. All right, but yeah. But as always, Panther Nation, we appreciate y'all showing up, showing us some love. Again, you can catch us at all social media at Two Fans in the Stands and over on Twix. That's a mixture of Twitter and X, as we like to say. You can catch us at Two Fans. Sorry, ITS. It's over there. All right. But yes, on your way out, please like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Check us out on X. Please give us a follow. We greatly appreciate it. We are working
And
on our
become a
goal to
member.
getting to become, yeah, if you it would be so kind for the low price of 99 cents, become a channel member. And we're working on some perks and things behind the scenes for our channel members. But over on X, go ahead and hit that follow. We're trying to get to our goal of 1,000 followers over on X. We're currently like 819, I believe. So if you haven't followed us on X, go ahead and hit that follow button for us. And we greatly appreciate you. Okay. And as always, Panther Nation, like to take y'all out with three things, okay? Number one, y'all be good. Number two, y'all be safe. And number three, as always, Panther Nation, keep pounding, man. We'll see you.